Good morning, everyone. This is Matt Brown with Mack Truck Sales here in Evansville, Indiana. The channel is called Southern Indiana Mack Volvo Sales. And I wanted to take an opportunity while I had these units on the lot. These are sold units, but I wanted to show you what we can do with our Mack product. Uh, Not only do we have conventional day cab, sleeper, construction trucks, but we also have a cab over line that also can be used for construction, refuse, and many other uses here. So I'll show you just a little bit about this truck. This is a 2020 Mack LR64. So it's a low entry cab. We've got the Terra Pro as well, which is the higher entry. Those are typically what you're going to see as a front loader, refuse truck, or a concrete pumper. This LR is more for residential use. It offers a lower entry into the cab and just overall ease of visibility, lower to the ground so your drivers can see the curbs and see the areas in the neighborhoods that they're navigating as they're collecting the refuse. And this truck is set up for residential refuse collection. It does have a new Way Sidewinder Automated Side-loader body on it. We partner with our friends at Municipal Equipment in Louisville for this body. We've got a couple cities that take these trucks and really like them. So I'll just tell you a little bit about this body and then we'll get into the truck. But the body does have a 31 cubic yard capacity, so you can really hit a lot of stops in a day's time before you've got to get back and unload and go back out. So you can spend more time out on the route collecting your refuse and being more efficient and profitable with your driver's time and your equipment's time. It does have a tandem vane front mount pump, all LED body lights. It does have halogen work lights, one in the hopper and one towards the arm. Has a center tailgate strobe light, integrated strobe lights on the tailgate. It's got a triple camera system with 7-inch split screen monitor, so you can see the left-hand side of the truck, traffic coming up on your left-hand side in case you're in that right-hand steering position. You can see those in case there's a blind spot there. You also see behind the truck as you're backing, and you see in the hopper to make sure that you're clear of any obstructions or restrictions inside that hopper as you're trying to compact that refuse back into the main compartment. It does also have joystick controls in the cab console along with side-mounted controls. If the operator's outside the cab, he can still operate some of the functions of the body unit standing on the right-hand side of the cab. It does have arm cycle counter, pre-crusher panel, hopper access ladder, and split shield on the arm. So I'll show you a little bit about this body. Like I said, we partner with our friends at Municipal Equipment in Louisville. Those guys represent the New Way line, and they just really make a great truck body. So this truck, it comes we've spec'd this truck out with a 20,000-pound front axle, and that'll have 315 75R 22.5 tires on the front. And then we've got 46,000-pound Mack rear axles with 11R 22.5 tires on the rear. It is a dual position driving truck, so we'll show you that once we get inside the cab. So you can drive from either side, right or left hand side. That way if you're in the neighborhoods, and you can be on the truck operating from the right hand side, and that way you're close to the toters, and you're right there on the action side of the truck. And then once you get to the highway and you're going to make your return trip home, you can get in that left-hand side for ease of driving. For us novice drivers, the professional guys that are out in these things every day, I'd venture to say they just sit on their right-hand side because they do it every day. It's a little tough for novices like myself when I take this equipment down. This does have an MP7 355 horsepower motor. That's our 11-liter offering, and we pair that with an Allison 4500 RDS 6-speed. So ease of drivability for the driver. That is the standard transmission on the LR model. And you can configure this thing in a right-hand drive only or a right-hand drive, left-hand drive with right-hand stand-up. So you can configure this thing a lot of different ways. It does have halogen and LED headlamps, all LED marker lights, and it does have the Mack Camelback rear suspension rated at 46,000 pounds. So the wheelbase on this truck is 221 inches, and then we leave a lot of after frame for the guys at the body company to cut that off, and they can put that exactly where they need for their body to mount just perfectly on top of this chassis. It is double framed, and so we'll get a little closer look at this truck. I just wanted to show you guys the opportunities we do have with the Mack line in the vocational section. So we'll take a little closer look now. So here we'll just start at the front of the truck. You'll notice that again we are a cab over, so the driver is sitting on top of or just a little bit in front of the steer axle. So that gives him great visibility as he's sitting in those driver's seats, looking down. He can really see what's in front of the truck, definitely for safety reasons. Gives him good visibility. This truck does turn very well. So over here on the front, you'll notice we've got LED headlamps, and we went ahead and spec'd the headlamp protectors just in case there's something on the road that they might bump into. They're not going to break that headlamp. This truck, like all Macks, is front end PTO. You can do that. We've got a area cut out for the drive shaft and the radiator to come off the crank. And our partners at the body company, they really just do a fantastic job of a clean installation. They really make it tidy inside that compartment there. You'll notice that there's a windshield protector here as well, in case something's up above. Those are big windshields, and we definitely don't want to replace those if we don't have to. LED marker lights. And then we've just got a regular steel bumper that can be a chrome bumper as well. And another option that came out just this year on these trucks, you can put an exterior sun visor, aluminum exterior sun visor on the, or stainless sun visor on the front there. So that's a new feature for this truck. Side marker LED lights, and then there's that blind spot camera for the driver if they're operating on the right hand side. And we do have heated and power mirrors. Something that is available is the memory mirror. So if the driver would change it for a reason, and then he can switch it back to his normal driving position, those mirrors will fall right back in place where it gives him the best visibility. Got an exterior washer tank, and then here's our coolant reservoir, along with part of the SCR system over here and DPF system. So this is actually the DPF filter, and then it goes over to the SCR at the exhaust outlet there. Well, there's our steel battery box, and we do have a power indicator light on the battery cutoff, air compressor, and then you'll see on the body there's our big cylinder on the front. That's our packing plate up there. And we do have a 70-gallon aluminum tank on this truck, along with a 6.6-gallon DEF tank. There's your check engine and oil fill, engine oil and oil fill there. And the transmission check is on the other side. So we do really try to snug these things up to make the wheelbase as short as possible. So we work really well with the body company as far as narrowing down our wheelbases. Make sure that we get the exact right wheelbase for you. That way your truck's not any longer than it has to be, but it does fit the body just right. So again, on the body, all LED lights, long lasting. Don't have to replace those quite as often. There's the body company's hydraulic tank. There's a work light. And here again, back here at the back, we've got the Camelback suspension, uprated to 46,000 pounds. 11R22.5 with all aluminum wheels. And again, this is a 31 cubic yard body. So trying to keep those drivers out on the route versus spending time in traffic and coming back to empty all the time. And there's our rear strobe on the back, along with our backup camera, and also strobe lights up top, and marker lights, and turn, stop tail turns. And again, you can see how neat the body company installs their body on these trucks here. Everything's zip tied up, everything's cut perfect to length, everything's just right. These guys do a fantastic job as far as install goes. Municipal Equipment's really partnered well with the New Way folks. And going around the other side of the truck, this is the passenger side. Normally on the side that the driver would drive from once he's collecting his route. So, apologize if that sun gets in your eyes. But they do have external fire extinguishers in case there is a problem with the refuse. And then we're on the business end of this. So this is their arm. This is what they grab those toters with. And so that arm will extend and those claws will wrap around the toter, pick it up, dump it in the hopper, and then we'll smash it back into the back compartment there. Stowaway ladder, ease of access into the compartment, and then we do have a camera up in that compartment so the operator can watch what's going on there. Again, you can just see how neat and tidy the install is for these guys. They just can't say it enough. They really keep a clean install in the truck. They don't leave hose hanging everywhere. Everything's wrapped up and really installed nicely. Again, this is a 20,000 pound front axle. And then here's the right hand side of the truck. One addition they did when they brought out the LR model, they gave us a little bit more room in the cab. I believe it was about 4 inches. And they added these windows to the back of the cab so the driver could see in blind spots, see what's going on outside the cab there. So it's a really nice addition. Our cab tilt pump, we were able to help our tech guys out in case they needed to raise the cab up. This is an air assist pump. So that's just a nice feature for the guys so they don't have to get an arm workout while they're trying to raise that cab up. And then here's the other part of our emission system, the FCR side of it, and then our air intake. So we'll take a look inside this thing. There's quite a few buttons and controls in there. So I'll get inside here and we'll show you more about the inside of the truck. So now that we're inside, I just want to show you the door latch. Kind of looks familiar. Looks like the sister company, the Volvo door latches. So it's a really cool thing. Up here up top, above the driver on the left-hand side, you've got your microphone for Bluetooth. We still have that capability. Even in these refuse trucks, you can Bluetooth your phone to the radio and speak through the radio and be hands-free. So on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, I don't know if you can see that, but that's our menu, enter, and exit buttons and scroll buttons. I'll turn it on so you can see our full-color dash here. So you can see what gear you're in. There's our speedometer, tachometer, air gauges, temperature gauges. Then on the horn, on the steering wheel here, you've got your city horn. And this wheel does tilt and telescope, so you can bring that in and out to where it's most comfortable for you. Fuel and depth gauges, transmission temperature gauges, cruise control, parking brakes. Right here next to the driver on the left-hand side is your transmission selector. And then over here in the middle console, we'll just start with the radio, climate controls. It does have power windows, headlamp controls, emergency lights, and then cab lighting, engine brake, inner axle diff lock, and then right there is your position selector, so you can go from the left hand to the right hand side. Right behind that's power mirrors, and then we put the PTO switch in, but most of the time our bodybuilders they use the PTO switch that they put on their console that's right behind all this. And then over here you got the power window for the other side and door locks along with interior lighting. I'll just show you the multitude of switches here for the bodybuilder. We do have a work brake. Then you've got all your options for the bodybuilder switches here. And then back here you've got some nice storage options for the driver. Also got rear HVAC, so he can stay cool while he's driving in the hot summer or warm in the cold winter. Um, he's got 2 cup holders here and a storage option back there. Inside the cab, we do have all LED lighting. And then there's our camera view for the operator so that he can make sure that he or be aware of what's around him. So really great safety features from our bodybuilder partners. Then there's our CB power. So again, just looking here in the cab, you can see how close to the ground you can really see out front. So that visibility for the front of your truck, you're really going to know where that thing's at and be able to stay safe on your routes. So we'll get on the other side and I'll show you the other side drive. So over here on the other side, you've got a storage option. So you can put, get storage down there. This is on the right hand side, and there's our controls. You do have some controls for the body out here on the ground. And then over here, there you access to the HVAC controls again. More storage for cups, driver, gear selector, and then here's your arm control. This is what controls all the business end of that body. You've got extend and retract, go up, dump, claw or finger operations there. Again, pretty much identical to the other side. You got cruise control, parking brake, trans temp, fuel gauge, depth gauge. And then right now you'll notice that this screen is off. So when I hit the selector button, now we're going to bring up this side so the operator can drive from this side. And everything mirrors the other side over here. You have air ride seats in these trucks. And then there's your menu, enter, exit, and scroll buttons. So guys, I just wanted to show you something else that we could do. We don't normally stock these, but if you're in the need for some refuse equipment, by all means, give us a call here at the Vomac Truck Sales in Evansville, Indiana. We've got a great body partner, and we can fix you right up. I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like and subscribe button. That way you can see when I post new content. Plan on having a lot more. Got a lot of trucks out there on the lot. So, going to show you some more trucks here in short order. Really appreciate it. Again, my name was Matt Brown with Vomac Truck Sales in Evansville, Indiana. The channel is called Southern Indiana Mack Volvo Sales. Thanks a lot and have a great weekend.